For every swing, every moment, the Milwaukee Brewers fight. It's not just about hitting the ball, it's about leaving a legacy.
Hey Brew Crew, welcome back to the channel. This is the place where you get the deepest analysis and the news that truly matters about our Milwaukee Brewers. Before we dive into today's topic, which is absolutely critical for the future of our franchise, I need to ask you a favor. If you value direct insights, exclusive information, and a serious perspective on the team, please hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. It's the best way to ensure you don't miss any crucial updates. Trust me, you'll want to be in the loop for what we're about to discuss today. Let's get straight to it. At the start of this 2025 season, few analysts, if any, looked at the Milwaukee Brewers as a force to be reckoned with. The general consensus was that we were in a transitional phase, perhaps even the beginning of a more painful rebuild. The offseason trade of Devin Williams, while it brought in some interesting future pieces, sounded an alarm for many, a sign that the front office had its eyes on 2026 or 2027, not the present. To make matters worse, our main division rival, the Chicago Cubs, seemed to have made all the right moves. They strengthened their roster significantly, and the narrative across the league was that the NL Central was theirs for the taking, while we would be fighting just to stay at 500. But as this sport repeatedly teaches us, narratives are made to be broken, and our Milwaukee Brewers didn't just break expectations, they shattered them. We are at the top of the league, boasting one of the best records in baseball, and this is no fluke. It's the result of a combination of grit, strategy, and most importantly, the emergence of unexpected talents who are redefining our ceiling. And this is where our main story begins. Focusing on a player who embodies this unlikely turnaround, Quinn Priester. If you had told me at the beginning of the year that Priester would be a cornerstone of our rotation and one of the team's most reliable arms, I would have likely been skeptical. And rightly so. His path to Milwaukee wasn't exactly that of a rising star. Priester was the 18th overall pick in the 2019 draft by the Pittsburgh Pirates, a pedigree that carries an enormous weight of expectation. He was consistently ranked as a top 100 prospect in baseball, heading into the 2021 and 2022 seasons. The problem was, in Pittsburgh, the potential never materialized into production. In his first 94.2 innings in the MLB, spread across 2023 and 2024, his numbers were, to be blunt, disastrous. A 6.46 ERA and a negative WAR pointed to a player who couldn't find his footing at the highest level. He was traded to the Boston Red Sox at the 2024 trade deadline in a deal that involved another former top prospect, Nick York. This trade had all the hallmarks of a change of scenery move for two players who desperately needed a fresh start. However, his time in Boston was short and unremarkable. And then on April 7, 2025, our general manager, Matt Arnold, made a move that at the time went largely unnoticed by most, but now looks like an absolute masterstroke. We acquired Quinn Priester in exchange for two mid-level prospects and our 33rd overall pick in the 2025 draft. To most of the league, it was a low-risk gamble on an arm with upside. For us, it became the season-altering acquisition. Since putting on a Brewers uniform, Priester isn't just a new pitcher, he is a completely transformed pitcher. The change is so drastic, it feels like we are witnessing the rise of a new star in real time. The numbers tell the story clearly and undeniably. In 124 innings pitched this season, he ranks second on the team in volume, proving to be a true workhorse for the rotation. He holds an 11-2 record, a testament to his ability to put the team in a position to win every time he takes the mound. His ERA sits at a solid 3.48 and his whip is 1.24. He isn't an elite strikeout pitcher, averaging 7.3 per 9 innings, but his effectiveness doesn't lie there. What the Brewers pitching lab seems to have unlocked in Priester is the ability to induce weak contact and keep the ball on the ground. He has become a master at generating ground balls and avoiding extra base damage, a crucial skill in modern baseball. His WR for the season is 2. As real, a monumental leap that has not only pulled him out of negative territory for his career, but has established him as a valuable, above-average contributor. This metamorphosis is the hallmark of our organization, proof that our development and analytics system can identify flaws, correct them, and unlock the full potential of athletes that other teams had already written off. The emergence of Quinn Priester as a reliable force in the starting rotation has had a ripple effect across the team's entire strategy, an impact that goes far beyond his performance every fifth day. The confidence the front office placed in him, which he has repaid with dominant performances, gave Matt Arnold and his staff a strategic flexibility that few could have predicted. Remember the rumors that swirled intensely around the trade deadline. Freddie Peralta's name was being mentioned in potential deals. In previous years, the idea of trading a pitcher of Peralta's caliber would have been unthinkable, a sign of surrender. This year, however, the conversation was different. The front office could afford to listen to offers for Peralta not because they wanted to get rid of him, but because Priester's emergence gave them an unexpected safety net. They knew they had a young pitcher under team control for several years and performing at a high level, ready to take on a larger responsibility. That is a luxury that few teams, especially small market ones like ours, can enjoy. Ultimately, Peralta stayed, and we now have an even deeper and more formidable rotation for the stretch run and the playoffs. But the mere ability to negotiate from a position of strength, thanks to Priester, demonstrates his immense value to the franchise. Digging deeper into the analysis, Priester's success does not appear to be a fluke or a lucky streak. His underlying numbers suggest that his performance is sustainable. Sources inside the organization tell me his FIP, fielding independent pitching, a metric that measures a pitcher's performance independent of the defense behind him, is even lower than his ERA, hovering around 3.20. This indicates that he has been pitching even better than his surface numbers suggest and isn't relying on spectacular defense to succeed. Furthermore, his ground ball rate has increased dramatically since coming to Milwaukee, surpassing the 55% mark and placing him among the league's elite in that category. And this is a fundamental change in his profile as a pitcher, transforming him from a fly ball pitcher vulnerable to home runs into a weak contact specialist. Another crucial aspect is his composure under pressure. With runners in scoring position, RSP, opponents are hitting just .2 maiden 10 against him. That ability to bear down and make the right pitch in the most critical moments is what separates good pitchers from great winners. He doesn't get rattled by traffic on the bases. In fact, he seems to thrive in those high leverage spots. This transformation is not just technical, it's mental. On the mound, we see a different player from the one who struggled in Pittsburgh. That hesitant, often defeated pitcher has been replaced by a fierce and confident competitor. He attacks the strike zone, trusts his stuff, and dictates the pace of the game. That confidence is contagious and elevates the entire team's level of play when he's pitching. He's only 24 years old and is just scratching the surface of his potential. We are not talking about a one-season wonder. We are witnessing the formation of a cornerstone for our pitching staff for the next 5 to 6 years. He is the personification of the Brewers' philosophy: identify undervalued talent, develop it with world-class coaching and analytics, and build a sustainably competitive team without the need for astronomical payrolls. Quinn Priester isn't just an addition, he is living proof that the Brewer way works. So that's the situation. The rise of Quinn Priester from a forgotten prospect to a pillar of our rotation is, for my money, the most significant and impactful story of our season. Now I want to hear from you, the Brew Crew. What are your thoughts on Priester's season? Do you believe he's the real deal, a future ace for this team? How much more confident does his presence in the rotation make you about our chances in October? And what do you think of our front office's move to acquire him? Was it the steal of the year? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. For more breaking news, in-depth analysis, and exclusive insights like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You don't want to miss what's coming next.